Well, ladies and gentlemen, the third episode for Ahsoka has come out, and somehow this TV show got worse. I mean, this thing is getting roasted online right now, and it's actually pretty damn funny to witness everything going on. Now, what am I talking about? Well, apparently there is a full-fledged effort going on by Disney right now to try to do damage control, right? Like, this is the same thing that Amazon did with the Rings of Power, so it's not shocking that Disney's doing this. And don't get me wrong, Disney does this every single time a TV show comes out and bombs. They did it with Obi-Wan Kenobi, they did it with Andor, they're going to do it with Ahsoka, and they're going to do it every single time a TV show comes out because they suck at this stuff, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just being honest with you. So we have an article here from Bounding Into Comics, and it says, analyst declares that the Walt Disney Company media spin machine is in full force after the company claimed Ahsoka brought in 14 million views globally for first episode. Now, this number I've mentioned before as a big-time X to doubt, ladies and gentlemen. I highly doubt this number is real. And you know what? Even if the number is real, that's 14 million views spread across 6 days, okay? 6 days. So that is terrible because you got to imagine 14 million views spread across 6 days is about 2.3 million views a day. For a company like Disney getting less viewership than some of the bigger YouTubers, that is really damn pitiful. So let's get into this article, guys, from Bounding Into Comics. But of course, before we do, just consider giving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to like the video to push us out into the YouTube algorithm. It says financial and box office analyst Valiant Renegade declared the Walt Disney Company was putting out some major spin when they announced that their latest Star Wars Disney Plus series brought in 14 million views globally. Honestly, that makes it even worse now that I remember, because it's not 14 million views in the United States. It's 14 million views globally. That means on the entire planet, they only managed to get 14 million views on the first episode within 6 days. And isn't it funny how they only ever tell you the viewership of the first episode? They never want to tell you the viewership after the first episode because they know it's garbage. They know it's not going to stand the test against anything else. They know that people tuned out after the first episode because the first episode is always rage watched, especially by YouTubers and whatnot. Like, they know that. So they only tell you the stats for the first episode, and then it's going to start to dwindle from there. It says the official StarWars.com website announced in a blog post, Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company are thrilled and humbled to announce that Part 1 of Ahsoka, Master and Apprentice, was the most watched title on Disney Plus this past week. The debut episode garnered 14 million views, making the series #1 globally on the streaming platform. Now, also, you guys need to keep in mind, this was compared, in terms of viewership, this show was compared to Andor. I don't even think it got as much viewership as Andor. And if you guys remember, Andor did terribly, okay? Andor was sold off to other streaming platforms because it was doing so bad. So if you mean to tell me that Ahsoka was the #1 watched show on your platform, that means everything else on your platform is trash. That literally means that everything else that's available on Disney Plus is being watched so little that Ahsoka is considered the #1 show right now. That is insane to me. It says Lucasfilm president Kathleen Kennedy, oh, good old Kathleen Kennedy, added that Ahsoka has become a fan favorite with people of all ages, and it's wonderful to see her continue to resonate with viewers in her own very own headlining series. I want to recognize the fantastic work done by our creative team, led by Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau, the incredible cast led by Rosario Dawson, and our talented crew. And on behalf of the team and all of Lucasfilm, we give our thanks to all the fans who have been with Ahsoka on every step of her journey, and to all those who are learning about her now in Ahsoka on Disney Plus, she added. Now, I will throw this out there. You guys let me know in the comments down below whether or not you really want me to do this, but I am willing to bite the bullet and review this show for you guys. I know a lot of you guys are asking me to do reviews again, and I used to do them a ton, but they do take a lot of time, so that's why I kind of stopped. But if you guys want me to bite the bullet and review this and One Piece coming up, let me know in the comments down below. I would gladly think about it, to be honest with you. But again, it's really pathetic, man. I can't believe that they're trying to talk about these viewership numbers as if this is some kind of a win. This is pathetic. This is pathetic for a multinational company to get 14 million views globally. Globally, that is insanely low. That means Ahsoka and Star Wars as a whole, it's not pulling the level of viewership that it used to. Not even close. And it's really sad that they're okay with this. That they're okay with having such a subpar product and such low standards and low expectations from people. That 14 million views is considered a win. Like, that is just, wow, man. It must be really bad to suck as much as Disney does. So it says this post came in after it was reported by third-party data tracking from Samba TV that Ahsoka's viewership in the United States was far worse than previous Star Wars Disney Plus series, with the exception of Andor. Samba TV reported Ahsoka was only watched by 1.2 million US households over its first 6 days, which we made a video on prior. And it says this was far less than previous premieres, such as The Mandalorian Season 3, which they noted drew in 1.6 million US households. Valiant Renegade reacted to Lucasfilm and the Walt Disney Company's announcement of the 14 million views by first questioning Samba TV changing their metric from 3 or 4 days with shows like Obi-Wan Kenobi to 6 days with Ahsoka. But that's because they want to make the number as high as possible. I mean, it's very clear. They're not getting the same level of viewership as they were, so they need to drag out the metric as long as possible. The longer they could drag it out, the more viewership they can claim they had in XYZ amount of time. And people are starting to catch on. Like, dude, you're really tracking the first 6 days? Seriously? What's next? The first month? Like, you're going to have such low viewership that you're going to have to track the first month to make it seem like you did anything. It's really bad. And then it says, well, Samba TV had an answer. This actually has more to do with when the episodes are released, as we typically run data through the weekend since a lot of viewership happens then. The company then shared 6-day numbers for both Andor and The Mandalorian Season 3, with Andor clocking in at 1.2 and The Mandalorian coming in at 1.7. In a follow-up, they revealed Obi-Wan Kenobi clocked in at 2.4, double that of what the firm was reporting for Ahsoka. Reacting to this information, Valiant Renegade stated that Ahsoka now has officially performed at half of Obi-Wan Kenobi, and from at best we can tell about half of the 6-day total that would be of the season 2 premiere of The Mandalorian from a couple years ago. He then shared what's interesting about that is that over time, the Walt Disney Company has added nearly 50% more subscribers to the Disney Plus service, going from around 30 million when Mando Season 2 premiered to today, where there are about 45 million subscribers. Then he later states, so as Disney Plus subscribers have been going steadily up over the last several years, the overall trend in viewership for Disney Plus core content, as Bob Iger calls it, that being both Star Wars and Marvel for that matter, have been steadily on the decline. And that's actually a great point. I didn't even think about that point, which is why I love reading stuff like this. He's got a point. The fact that Disney Plus subscribers have been going up and yet somehow viewership is going down on their core stuff like Star Wars and Marvel, that's got to be pretty telling. Also, you got to remember, a lot of this subscriber number is basically boosted by brand deals that are done with like T-Mobile or whatever the case may be. Like they'll have deals with these companies where if you sign up for XYZ amount of stuff or whatever with these companies, you'll get a free month of Disney Plus, and that counts as a subscription number. And there are tons of companies that offer this. You know, you have cable companies that offer it. It really is used as a package deal, but it all counts as singular subscribers. So considering that they've been up 15 million subscribers compared to prior when Mando Season 2 came out, and their viewership is half of what it was when Obi-Wan Kenobi came out, what does that tell you? Because that tells me that Disney Star Wars is absolutely dead. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy it. And if you did, consider leaving me a subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Don't forget to like the video, comment, let me know what you thought, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Hypnotic out.